I bought the 32-foot Boston whaler the day I retired from the Coast Guard. 22 years of chasing. Smugglers through. Hurricanes earns you the right to name. A boat something stupid. Mine is unset, short for unsatisfactory. My favorite word to write on. Every junior officer's fitness report. She sits at the end of Pier 7 in Emerald Cove, a gated waterfront community that prides itself on pastel houses and passive-aggressive newsletters. Karen Whitmore is president of the HOA and self-appointed admiral of anything that floats. She has been trying to get me cited since the day I moved in because my dock lines are navy blue instead of the approved coastal sage. Last month, she slapped a fluorescent orange violation sticker on my transom that read, unauthorized vessel. Aesthetics. I left it there. It matches the rust stains. Friday afternoon, I came home from the marine store to find unsat gone. Not slipped loose, gone. The dock cleats were empty, the fenders still swinging like hanged men. My neighbor, Mr. Patel, was filming on his phone from his balcony. She said it was a community appreciation cruise, he called down, apologetic. Told everyone you volunteered the boat as a goodwill gesture. They brought champagne and those little hats. I already knew who she was. At the clubhouse tiki bar, 30 HOA members in linen and sun visors were boarding my boat while Karen stood at the helm in a captain's hat 2 sizes too big. White vinyl with gold embroidery that read, Skipper of my heart. My actual captain's hat, the one I wore through 4 commands, was sitting crooked on her bottle-blonde head. I walked the length of the pier. Karen. She waved like Miss America. Lieutenant Commander Reed. Perfect timing. We're celebrating the new landscaping budget. Your generous donation of the vessel is so appreciated. It's not a donation, I said. It's felony theft. She laughed the way people laugh when they think, you're joking and they're richer than you. Oh, lighten up. We'll have her back by 8. Try the crab dip! The engines coughed to life, my engines. The twin 300 Verados I rebuilt myself. Karen shoved off like she was parking an Escalade. The bow thruster screamed. She'd left it engaged. Half the party squealed with delight. I pulled out my phone and opened the vessel tracker app. The whaler has a hidden Garmin beacon wired into the battery bank. Karen was already halfway to the channel doing a majestic 9 knots, weaving like she was dodging imaginary mines. I smiled for the first time all week. The Coast Guard doesn't work weekends unless someone is dying, on fire, or named Karen. I still have friends. One text to the station marathon duty officer, active theft of private vessel by civilians underway, requesting assistance. And 20 minutes later, a 45-foot response boat medium rounded the breakwater doing 40 knots, red lights strobing. I hitched a ride. We caught unsat 3 miles offshore. Karen had discovered the flybridge ladder and was now steering from the upper helm, one hand on the wheel, the other holding a mimosa. Someone had tied pool noodles to the radar arch like parade floats. The RBM pulled alongside, and the coxswain killed the engines. 4 petty officers in crisp blue boarding uniforms hopped onto my swim platform, like it was Tuesday. Coast Guard! Hands off the controls! Karen's face cycled through every Pantone shade of outrage. Do you know who I am? Yes, ma'am, the lead petty officer said, already zip-tying the throttles in neutral. You're the reason we're here. I stepped aboard last. The deck smelled like Chanel No. 5 in panic. Karen pointed at me with a trembling acrylic nail. This man is harassing us. He loaned us the boat. I held up my retired ID card, gold eagle gleaming. Lieutenant Commander Reed, United States Coast Guard, retired. Registration is in my name. Want to see the title? The petty officer took it, compared the hen on the transom, nodded. Ma'am, you're under detention for theft of a vessel and operation without a license. Anything you say? This is outrageous. My husband is golfing with the base commander. Your husband's handicap isn't federal jurisdiction, I said. They marched the party below. Someone started crying about HOA dues. Karen tried to hide the captain's hat in a galley drawer. I took it back, dusted it off, and put it on. As the RBM towed unsat home, I stood at my own helm again, salt wind in my face. The orange violation sticker was still on the transom, now joined by a bright new Coast Guard boarding citation taped right next to it. Karen spent the night in the marathon holding cell wearing paper scrubs and a scowl that could curdle key lime pie. Monday morning, the HOA board voted 9-0 to remove her as president. I renamed the dinghy Community Appreciation, and I never did fix those navy blue dock lines.